not your teammate, not somebody else on that fucking field or court. You specifically. All right. With all that out the way, let's look at number 2. Student council aside, every high school had 1 or 2 people that are really serious about getting into politics after high school. I'm talking about going to college, getting a political science degree, being very active in their communities, speaking up against like what they think should happen for the world and for the state, or wherever they're at, stuff like that. They're just really serious about being involved in the politics of their country, which I respect it. With as many corrupt politicians as there are nowadays, it's genuinely a breath of fresh air when there is a politician that genuinely gives a fuck about the people. And these high school politicians most definitely give a fuck about the people because they're with the people every fucking day. I mean, these are the kind of people that literally post in their story all the time, talking about what's going on in the world, what Trump has done this week, what political or climate things going on in the world right now, stuff like that. They're always talking about stuff like that. And you know what? I love to read it. It's genuinely interesting. And it definitely beats, a first trap or a half-naked post or some other bullshit that you usually see on an Instagram story. Despite all these positive things about high school politicians, most of these guys will go to college and just completely switch what they want to do with their lives, Like they'll go in thinking they want to get a political science degree and be a politician, but eventually they realize how corrupt politicians are, or they just realize that maybe it's not their calling to be a politician. They don't want to get too public with their opinions, and they just divert, which is perfectly fine. I mean, people switch their majors like all the time in college. That and the fact that most high school politicians are all bark and no bite. I mean, they'll post all they want about what's going on in the world, talking about someone has to do something to stop it or prevent it or make the world a better place. And then when they get the opportunity to actually do something, they bitch out. Like most of the time, they'll just bitch out and pretend like they didn't say what they said, when in reality, they really did. And you have receipts of that shit too, because they posted it on their fucking story. So to summarize this little example here, high school politicians, while they are positive things to have in your high school, don't take them too seriously, because they can be one way this day and the next day be the complete opposite about an opinion they have on something.